Hi everyone, my name is Amanda Rahija, and I am a Diamond Leader with doTERRA Essential Oils. I'm sure that you have clicked on this page because you are either super excited that you've got someone that wants to enroll with you with doTERRA, or you just enrolled your first person. So if that's you, congratulations. And if you're looking to enroll your first person, I am so happy that you are checking this out early so that way you can be informed and educated on what to do once you enroll your first customer or business builder. Because the reality is that you have responsibilities when you decide that you're going to take responsibility and enroll someone and be paid for them purchasing products. Sometimes this gets overlooked in doTERRA and in other companies. We want to make sure that the customers that are experiencing from us, from our teams, are serviced with love. We want to make sure that they're getting the experience, that it's not just purchasing an item off a shelf and that they're never going to be spoken to again. That we ultimately care about what their needs are, what their wishes are, and that they understand how to use the products and use the products safely. So you have responsibilities. And with responsibilities comes making sure that you're doing the actions. And sometimes when you enroll a friend or a family member, you do these actions just because. But it's really super important when you enroll people that you've met on the street or someone from a local community center, that you are super diligent in following these tips and tricks. Now, when I first started with doTERRA, there was no really set way of doing it. I just kind of had my own flow, figured it out along the way, and I definitely screwed up. I missed, doing things with people that I definitely should have done. But doTERRA has made it super easy for us. So we're going to make this duplicatable. I'm going to show you what's on doTERRA.com on their website under the Empowered Success program. So if you have not been on that, you want to go to doTERRA.com and you want to go to Empowered Success, and then you want to go through all of the guides that are there, because that's going to help you be able to set people up in the position that you want them to learn at and where you want to be in your business. So today we're going to focus strictly on the tasks and responsibilities that you have when you enroll somebody. So the first thing is, I'm hoping and assuming that you're going to be sitting down and chatting with someone about what their maybe health concerns are, what their needs are, what they're looking to use essential oils for. You're going to listen to them, you're going to hear them out, and then you're going to find a kit or products that service them in the best way possible. While they're signing up and they're completing all of their information to purchase that kit, you're going to tell them this information. You're going to say that your kit typically takes about 3 to 5 business days to come in. I am going to check in with you. What's the best way to do that? Phone, text, email, let me know. And I want to make sure that you get your products on time. And that way you also start using them the day that you get them. They don't sit in a box and you don't know what to do with them. How does that sound? Person typically goes, that's awesome. Perfect. I want someone to check in with me to make sure that I know exactly what to do because we've just talked for an hour and I don't really remember what to do. Then you say, what I also love to be able to do, and I kind of make this a prerequisite, is that I tell people that my job is to make sure that you know exactly how to use your products, that maybe you learn some different recipes to be able to use your products, and if those products aren't working for you, either what else you can do with them, or try out some different products that maybe can help in a better or different way for you, because everybody's body is different. So what I do is I set up a membership overview, and it's a chance to sit down and chat and go over what you've tried, what you love, what you haven't tried, what you don't like, but then to go over your website so you can learn how to reorder and the best way to get and take advantage of your membership. And typically people are like, okay, cool. So I sit down and then I book a date with them. So I book it about the 7 to 12 day mark into their membership. I like to do it in person because I'm a people person, but obviously that doesn't happen all the time. So it can totally be done over a video, Skype, Zoom, or just over the phone. I do like to have that face-to-face contact and be able to share the screen. So then they filled out their form, we put in their order, and then what I say is my team has an amazing community on Facebook where you're able to access and answer questions, just get information, recipes, kind of see some testimonials. Would you like to be added to that? They don't have Facebook. They're going to say, well, I don't have Facebook. And then our team has a website, which I would connect them with as well. So connect them to the Seize the Moment Facebook page, connect them with the Holistic Health EO website, get them set up, because some people really want to take the time to learn everything, or maybe they've got an extra hour on their hands and they want to start watching some videos on doTERRA.com. Let them be able to do that while they're waiting for their product. So now your responsibility is to check in with them. So you're going to do the check-in. You're going to be really short, simple. You're going to do the best way that they said. So if it's text message, just, hey, Michelle, I'm just curious, did your doTERRA order come in? Their answer, if it's no, then what I would say is, you know what, I'm going to check in and just see where things are at with your order. Hopefully it'll be there in a couple days, but we'll just make sure, and I'll let you know where that's at. They say it's come in. I say, so what have you used? Have you opened it? Did you smell different things? Ask them some questions. What do they love the smell of the most? Perfect. And then I do the reminder. We're going to meet on this day. If you have any questions before them, definitely reach out to me or use our Seize the Moment page. And then I'll see you then. Let me know of any products that maybe you want to sample or that you want to try, and I'll make sure that I bring them so you can have a chance to experience them before. Perfect. Then I send them a text message the night before, because we all get busy. And I want to make sure that I'm not driving out to some Tim Hortons or a coffee shop to meet up with somebody and they don't show up because I didn't send them a reminder. So I don't say, hey, it's a reminder. I say, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. I've got the Virage skincare line. I've got the Vevitor that you wanted to sample and the Purify. Did you want me to bring any roller bottles? Because I know you have kids and I know that maybe that would be super helpful for you to help with dilution. So make it a little bit more casual, make it a little bit more fun. I don't mind giving some free roller bottles up if that means that they're going to meet with me. And then what I do is that I then, in that membership overview, I take out the trusty Live Guide. So doTERRA's got this on doTERRA.com. If you're not a pen and paper person, however, I do suggest it's nice for people to be able to hold this. You can, and if you're doing a Zoom call, you can go on doTERRA.com, download it, and you can go through it with someone on there. But this is a great resource to be able to go through a lifestyle overview with people. And so it doesn't just talk about the top 10 oils, because the reality is we know that there's so many consumable items that people purchase that they don't even realize that doTERRA has, and the benefits of being able to get it through doTERRA, something that's safer, something that's cleaner, something that can be cheaper and just as effective as what they're purchasing currently. So I go over all of that. And then you go over our most amazing program, the Loyalty Rewards program, because you didn't do that, hopefully, in your first meeting with them, because it's a little bit overwhelming. So now, when they've fallen in love with a couple oils and they want to learn more about the toothpaste and the hair care or the skin care because they've complimented you on your skin, now you're going to talk about the Loyalty Reward program and set them up with something in their cart and show them how it works. What I typically like to do is tell people, set a reminder, let's do it right now, pull up your phone, and I want to put a reminder in for about 3 days before your LRP is set to process next month. We're going to check in. I'm going to actually write it in my calendar as well. We're going to check in and just make sure that your card is set up the way that you want it, to make sure that maybe you don't have any other questions, and go from there. The person's super thankful at that point, because sometimes it's really confusing and they don't know what they do, and they don't want to be stuck on something that auto ships every month and they don't know how to work it. So make sure you inform them that it's really easy with doTERRA. You're not committed and like stuck and locked into something. doTERRA is really flexible, but you want people to gain the most amount of free stuff. Like, my goal is if I can get someone the most amount of free stuff in their home to help with their family and their family's lives, that's a big check mark for me. So I make sure that I let people know, here's how you can make things cheaper in your homes. Here's how you can replace some of the things that you're currently buying. And then you go through all of that with them. So doTERRA's also created, I'm just going to share my screen with you. If you go on to Empowered Success and you go into the Start Strong checklist. So you should be able to see, this is how you onboard customers. So it's sort of what I went through already. I say it's really important to say which kit they purchased or what products, because when you're doing your membership overview with them, you kind of want to remember what they got. It's easier to do the follow-up if you've written this down. So you're going to welcome them. We've already talked about that. We've talked about the 3 to 10 day period that you're going to do your membership overview with them. Why it's super important to do it in that time frame as well is hopefully when you first introduce them to doTERRA, you talked about the 3 ways that they can be with doTERRA: live, share, and build. And so you've just set that in their mind about there are 3 different ways, all with the same membership. So you're going to reintroduce that back in when you're doing your membership overview. And because you're within that 14-day window of moving them, now you've got the opportunity to say to them, do you see yourself doing what I do? Do you see yourself sharing it? You've already started using the products. Have you told your mom, your sister? Have you been at the hockey rink and someone's got a headache and you're telling them what oils to use? If that's you, or you're thinking of people that could benefit from the oils, let's set up a class. Let's set up some one-on-ones to be able to help you share doTERRA. So you're able to kind of roll through that at that point. Again, make sure that you connect them to key support and social media groups, or if they are someone that is pregnant, that you hook them up with something like Oil Babies and give them the education. So you see that we're this large, huge community, and it's not just the education information coming from you. We've got this ginormous team that is full of experts and testimonials and coming from different avenues and realms of life that we're able to grab and grasp information from people. So then after that, you've kind of done your big thing with them. You're going to help them do their second order if they want to be on the loyalty rewards. You're going to make sure they're connected. You're going to make sure that you've touched base with them. So a lot of people stop there. They're like, yes, they get it. They know what they're going to do. But the reality is that if we don't keep kind of giving them little information and little check-ins, sometimes it goes back down to the bottom of the priority list. So you want to make sure, especially if they're not on Facebook and social media, that you're communicating the monthly specials and the promotions. So every month, if someone's not on Facebook, you're going to make sure that they know about it, especially if it relates to one of the reasons why they purchased doTERRA. I love to be able to connect to someone and share a tip. So I had someone that their husband was diagnosed with prostate cancer. And so I was able to give some prostate relief recipes to them. And I just sent that over and said, I found these. I thought it'd be super interesting to you based on what we just chatted about. Let me know if you have any questions. So it's not a sales pitch. It doesn't have to feel really salesy. Or if I find an article or something comes up on empowered success, great to be able to share with them. And then this is the opportunity to also promote classes. So if they're kind of standbackish and like, you know what, I don't have anyone, I don't want to share. But these are people that maybe should be coming up to classes to learn more, some fun classes, all of those different things. Now, don't also forget that people's lives change. So as you can see at the bottom, every 60 to 90 days, offer an additional lifestyle overview, offer to meet with them one-on-one, or maybe after a class that they come to, just to chat about, has their life changed? You know, it's a different season. So is allergies maybe now their focus instead of colds and flus? Different things like that, because your health and wellness goals might change, especially when you get into something like January and a new year starts and someone has made all these New Year's resolutions. You don't want to assume that what they said before still holds true. So it's a good check-in time. And then of course, if they're not placing an order, it's always great to be able to check in with them. And it's not to buy again. I really look at it as the opportunity to say, are there products that you're using that you're finding supporting your health? Are you finding that they're useful at all? Are you finding you're using them? Is there anything I can give you to test or try? So, you know, if something wasn't working, that maybe you can we can work through it and see if there's something that's going to better support. So that's the Empowered Success online. doTERRA's done it for you. Start Strong checklist. It also has how to launch new business builders. So it's great if you have someone that says, you know what, I would love to do what you do. You have the ability to kind of go through the exact same thing. The only last thing that I like to say on here is really doTERRA is a relationship building and a relationship company. So when I enroll someone, they're becoming part of my community. They're becoming part of my connection. And I want to learn as much about them so I can serve them in the best way possible. So I have a little OneNote spreadsheet that I write all my notes on, because I'm going to meet with someone or I'm going to chat with someone on the phone and they're going to tell me, oh, my husband was in a biking or, you know, fell off his bike and broke his arm. I'm going to be able to write that in my notes. So the next time I check in with them, I'm going to be able to say to them and say, hey, how's your husband doing? So it truly shows that I care about them. Or if they have kids, at least maybe if you know their kids' names, or if they have an animal, you can say, hey, I know my dog this time of year struggles with allergies. How's your dog doing, with this, and this? So remember that we're truly looking to create relationships, service, and help people along their journey of creating a healthier lifestyle for themselves. And if that is not what you want to do, if all of this stuff that I have said, you're like, nope, that's too much for me, I have no interest in supporting someone like that, that's okay. But that means that you shouldn't take enrollment of someone. That means that you shouldn't be responsible for someone, because you're not going to give them the doTERRA experience that they deserve. So if that is the case, then reach up to your upline, the person above you that enrolled you, and say, you know what? I have this amazing referral. I have a person in my life that I know needs doTERRA, but I don't have the time or energy to devote to them. And so I would love for you to service them. And then they will give you some sort of referral reward. Every team does it different, but they'll give you something in appreciation for helping that person. So if you have any other questions, please reach out to your upline, post comments below. I would love to be able to help you, but remember that it is our job and we have responsibilities once we enroll someone into doTERRA and bring them into this community. Please don't think it stops once they purchase their first kit and you've made your first paycheck. It's not about that first paycheck. Have a great night. Take care, guys.